Run that back, turbo.
You can get the biggest Chanel back in the store if you want it. I gave him the drill, they set it up, I got him on it. I bought a new Patek, I had the white, so I two-toned it. Taking these drugs, I'm gonna be up until the morning. Look your car, you just Lisa, you don't own it. If I'm in the club, I got that fire when I'm performing. The weekend just came in and all hundreds. Vibes the Lord, cute shit, they all on.
What's goody, y'all? I know y'all like, where you been? It's been 2 months. Where have you been? Y'all, I'm just make a whole separate video about it, but like, I've been having to do so much stuff lately. There's been so much going on. If y'all haven't noticed, I got my braces off. I got my retainer in right now. That's why I kind of talk a little funny, but anyways, this is not what that video's about. So if you could tell by the title, this video I'm about to scold y'all. I'm finna put y'all onto the T. Like, this situation recently happened, and like one of the girls watched my YouTube. So I just want to make this disclaimer: I am not sneak dissing about anybody. I'm talking about this. I'm even talking about this situation because this girl the other day was recently telling me about a situation she recently went through, and it was like the similar situation. So I felt like I needed to speak about it, just so somebody else won't go through the same thing, just in case somebody is going through that and they getting the hints and the same senses that I was getting and I didn't listen to. I'm just making this video so it can help somebody else. So this is not a sneak dissing video. This is to help somebody else or someone younger than me to know to go with your heart and go with your instinct. So anyways, let's get straight into the video. Oh my God, Miss Shaw, it feels so weird to record because I haven't recorded in so long, so it just feels so weird, but I'm back on it. Period. This is how the Snapchat filter be like, period. I got toothpaste right here, y'all. Ignore that. But period. I got one nail on too because this one nail won't come off, so it's annoying. But period. Let's get into the video. Period. Basically, I had shot my shot. Basically, so I had a family friend. We grew up with each other for a long time. Like ever since, maybe ever since like kindergarten. No, maybe before that. Like first grade. Ever since first grade, me and this boy knew each other. The boy name, I'm not gonna use his real name. His name is, I'm gonna say his name is Zach. No, that's weird. I'm gonna say his name is Devontae. That's his name. That's his fake name. That's not his real name. So I'm gonna say his name is Devontae. So me and Devontae grew up, like my mom know his auntie, like we real close. We used to like be cool. Like I'm cool, all his siblings, his cousins, we cool. You feel me? Like I knew him for a good minute. So me and him used to, like, he graduated, like I'm a senior in high school. He graduated like 2 years ago. So like, I used to always see him in school, but I really didn't speak. Like, we used to speak sometimes, but it was, like, not a lot. But I always had a crush on him ever since we were little, you know? So we went out, and I still count it as we went out, but we went out when we was, like, in second grade. But it was, like, a game. Like, it wasn't even really for real, but I counted, period. So I always had, like, a little crush on him. But he had a girlfriend while he was in high school, so I never tried it because I'm not a homewrecker. So I never like tried to shoot my shot with him. It was none of that. I stayed by my lonely, mind my business. So I used to see him in the hallway and stuff. I never used to speak to him because I didn't want his girlfriend to think like I was trying to like get on that with him. You feel me? So I just never tried it. You feel me? I just mind my business. But yeah, so I always mind my business. You feel me? Like I never wanted to like make it seem like I was trying to get on that with him. So every time I see him, I never really spoke to him. Like I didn't speak because I didn't want any problems. I don't like problems. Like I don't like situations. I don't like being in situations. So I always mind my business. You feel me? So he had sent me a friend request on Facebook, but we was already friends. So I was confused why he sent me a friend request. So I'm like, okay, did he unfriend me? Because if he unfriended me, I'm not gonna add him back if you already unfriended me. What did you unfriend me for? So I went on his page and everything, and I noticed that his girlfriend wasn't on there. And at first I didn't notice that though. I just was looking like, why did he unfriend me? I'm thinking like maybe he made a new page, and that was the case. Like he made a new page. I was like, okay. So I'm like, that's why he unfriended. Like he didn't unfriend me. He just got a new page. So, and then after that, I had noticed that his girlfriend wasn't on his page anymore. So I'm like, okay, like, his girlfriend not on his page anymore. Like, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like say hi to him. You feel me? Like, what's up? Cause sometimes we used to text, but it wasn't like that. I just used to be like, hey, how you doing? How your family doing? And stuff like that. It wasn't nothing serious. So, I had waved, like I had waved and sent him a message, like on Facebook. You know how you can wave at people instead of like texting them. So I waved at him, and he had waved back, and he was like, "What's up?" I was like, "What's up? How you been? It's been a minute." You know, kicking it up. You feel me? So, then I was like, "Oh, I noticed your girlfriend isn't on your page anymore, or whatever, like that." And he like, "Oh yeah, we stopped talking, boo wop." So I'm like, "Okay, like, you feel me? Like, I went like." I just got out of the like talking situation, so I'm really not trying to shoot my shot, but I'm just trying to, you feel me, kick it up. So I feel so dumb. Okay, so it just blows me because I'm embarrassed to tell this situation, but it should help somebody else, like, not to be dumb. You feel me? Not to be dumb. So yeah, so he like, oh yeah, ooh, me and my girlfriend stopped talking in the middle of the summer. Right now it's November. This situation happened a couple weeks ago, so like it was like October 20th or something like that. You feel me? Like a week ago. So he said he stopped talking to his girlfriend in the summer. So I'm like, okay, like. But keep in mind, I knew they was together. Like, they was together for a minute. So, like, they was together maybe, like, what I known of at that time was, like, 3 years. So, I knew they was together for a minute. So, you feel me? Like, I wasn't trying to really get in the middle of that anyways, because you have people like, oh, we're not together no more, and they really do be together. Like, they be on and off. I don't like, I'm not going to be in the middle of that, because I know how that is, being with somebody on and off for years. So, I already know. So I'm like, okay, cool. You feel me? Like, we just kicking it up, texting, talking. You feel me? So one day he had asked me to link. Like, I haven't seen him in so long. Like, he graduated 2 years ago, so I haven't seen him in a minute. I haven't, like, seen him outside or nothing. He was telling me, like, oh, when we went to go register my cousins, we seen your mom at registration. And he was like, why wasn't you there? Because my mom was registering me, but I was at work. I was like, oh, yeah, like, I had to work, woo wop. So he was like, oh, I thought I was going to see you when I see your mom at registration. I was like, nah, woo woo wop. So I'm like, okay, like, he kicking it up. You feel me? He kicking it up good. So I'm like, all right. So then, I'm going to leave out some parts because, like, I'm not trying to have the story time be extra long saying unnecessary stuff. So, he asked me to link with him one day when he had asked me to link with him one day. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, when I get off, I'm gonna come see you or whatever. Wow. So I went over there. I was like, hey, like, he looked different. Like, I don't know, he looked different to me because, like, I was used to seeing him in a certain way. And, like, I guess when you see somebody, like, when you haven't seen somebody in a long time, they look really different. So I was like, oh, like, you got taller. Wow. We just kicking it up. So I was like, what happened to you and your girlfriend? You know, like, y'all been together so long. Like, what happened? And, he was like, oh, you know, she just, like, we used to just argue all the time, and I couldn't deal with it anymore, so, like, I just let it go, you feel me? Like, she just used to argue about unnecessary stuff with me, and I'm just telling him, like, you know, like, I know how dudes can be and how dudes see girls. So I'm like, is it really that she tripping, or is it that you're tripping and you're not doing something right? You feel me? Like, I'm thinking that in my head because, you know, I'm not finna automatically believe what you're saying because I know how niggas is set up. So I'm like, you know, I was like, okay, was she really tripping, or was you really texting other females on some weird stuff? You feel me? He was like, nah, like, I used to catch her doing stuff. So when I used to catch her doing stuff, I used to do stuff back and, like, you know, and, like, retaliation. And I was like, okay, like, he's telling me that she doing stuff first, but, you know, two wrongs don't make a right at the same time. That's what I was telling him. So I'm like, you know, two wrongs don't make a right. Like, you know, she was doing stuff. Why you didn't talk to her about it? You know, we having legit conversations.
This part really made me mad because, like, I sat here and told him what I went through. Like, we're legit having a conversation. Like, I legit just gave him advice on, like, how to like fix things in his relationship with her. But at the same time, I was trying to shoot my shot, but at the same time, I wasn't. I know it's confusing, but like, yeah. And like, I sat here and told him what I've been through, bro. And for him to do me how he did me, it made me so mad. Cause it's like, you could sit there and tell somebody what you've been through and they do not care. Like, they would literally put you through the same thing.
He had asked me, like, you know, who the last person you talked to and what happened to y'all. Told him my little situation. And I was like, yeah, like, it was just too much to handle, you feel me? Like, I just didn't want to talk. And I told him all the tea about him. I was like, yeah, like, he just kept trying to play me like I was a goofy and all this other stuff. I'm telling him the tea. Like, the whole thing. I'm not going to say the whole thing on here because that's unnecessary. Like, I'm not finna speak about it. But, I just basically told him the tea on basically what the previous nigga has done to me. You feel me? Like, I'm telling him the tea. And he like, oh, dang, that's crazy. You feel me? Like, why would he do you like that? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like, to me, I feel like if you don't want to talk to somebody or you don't want to be with somebody, let them know up front. Like, don't be playing with people nowadays because it really affects them on their next relationship or whoever they next talking to. You feel me? It really do affect them. And like, if you don't want to talk to somebody, let them know that. Like, don't play with them, because what is that getting out of it? You're gonna hurt them. They're gonna have trust issues the next situation they walk into. And what that made you do? Feel better about yourself? That's mad corny. Don't do that. So anyways, yeah, so I told him to tell, like, what happened with me and him, like, how I felt. He was like, oh, man, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, like, crazy. So, I leave or whatever. We just texting, kicking up. You know, he texted me, like, good morning, beautiful, all this stuff. I'm like, okay. Like, it was going good. Like, he was talking to me a lot. Like, he was, like, texting me a lot, you feel me? Like, he like, oh, we can go on like these dates and all this other stuff. I'm like, you know, it's going real good. So at this point, I'm thinking like something not right because it's going too good. And I told my friends about it. I'm like, you know, like, it's going too right. Like, he texts me every morning. He texts me back to back, you feel me? Like, everything is just going too perfect. Like, something is wrong, but I don't know what it is. So they was like, you know, maybe it's just like, maybe you really found somebody that genuinely like you, genuinely love you, you feel me? Like, everything like that. And I'm like, I don't think that's what it is. Like, something is wrong. Like, I don't trust it. Like, I don't trust it. But they telling me, like, you know, maybe it's just, maybe you feel like that because of your last situation. I'm like, okay, maybe it is. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why I'm tweaking. So, in my back of my mind, I'm still thinking, like, no, something is wrong. Like, nothing goes this genuine. So, I had linked with him again, but this time, the last time I linked with him, we sat in the car. Like, we didn't, I didn't go in his house or whatever. His house. We sat in the car. So then the next time I came over, I went inside, and a really close relationship with his auntie. So he lives with his auntie, and like, I loved her. Like, us growing up, I loved her so much. Like, she was just so cool. Like, I don't know, I loved her, but she always liked me, you know, stuff like that. So, that's the part I forgot to leave out. When we was talking in the car, he told me, he was like, yeah, like, if we start talking, my ex be doing weird stuff. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, she be trying to, like, come for the girls I be talking to. And I'm like, well, that's dead over here, you feel me? Like, I'm gonna let her know, you know, if we do pursue each other, you feel me? Like, that's dead, like, let it go, you feel me? Because I'm not the type to argue. And I told him, I'm like, I'm not the type of female that be bugging up about stuff. You feel me? Like, if you do something wrong, I'm not finna say too much. I'm gonna walk away from the situation. You feel me? I'm not even gonna say too much. I gave the example. This is the exact example I gave him. I was like, if we in a grocery store and, like, the cashier trying to talk to you, I'm not gonna look at her. I'm gonna look how you react to it. You feel me? And then if you entertaining what she doing, I'm going to check both of y'all and I'm going to leave. You feel me? You're never going to talk to me again. That's what type of female I am. I'm not the type of female that's going to bug up on the cashier, slap her and you, throw water on y'all. I'm going to just check both of y'all, and then I'm going to walk away, and then you're never going to talk to me again. You're going to take your L like a man. And that's why I told him, like, I'm not that type of female that just be trying to bug up, you feel me? Like, what you want to do? Like, I'm not that type of female. I'm gonna walk away because I know somebody else is gonna give me the world without me saying too much, you feel me? So why should I check you and keep checking you about what you doing, and somebody else is gonna check theyself and realize their self that they need to get it together. You feel me? So he was like, oh yeah, I feel you. He was like, yeah, my ex be just trying to, bug up on the females I be talking to. So I'm like, okay, like that's not gonna happen this way. You feel me? Like I'm not, like I said, I'm not a confrontational person, but if she get disrespectful, I'm gonna get disrespectful back. You feel me? So that happened. So the next time we linked or whatever, we was just sitting down, like we was watching music videos, talking. You feel me? And yeah. So then I had took like this video of him. I posted on Snapchat. Should I put in this video? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put in this video. But I took a video of him. Basically, it was me. I was sitting down, and then he was sitting down, and then he was like in a chair, and I was like on the edge of the bed, and like I think we was like holding hands or something. I don't know. We was holding hands, and I put a heart over his face so nobody could see it. So I'm friends on Snapchat. I wasn't friends on Snapchat with his ex. I'm gonna say his ex name is Brittany. I'm not friends with Brittany on Snapchat, his ex, but I was friends with her friend on Snapchat, because her friend used to slide up on, like, her friend watches my YouTube. Like, her friend literally, like, we're cool. We're genuinely cool. I'm gonna say her name is Spring. Hey, Spring, because I know you're gonna watch this video, but her name is Spring. So I'm friends with Spring on Snapchat. You feel me? And Spring gonna know why I said her name is Spring, but I'm friends with her, like her friend on Snapchat. So I posted it, but I wasn't like, at that time, I didn't know they were friends. Like, I genuinely didn't know. Like, I wasn't trying to start anything. Like, I was literally posting it for another reason, but, like, I didn't know that Spring and Brittany was friends. I didn't know. At that time, I didn't know. So whatchamacallit? Yeah, he never told me that, like, they were friends. I didn't know, like, genuinely. So, I had posted it, well, before I even posted that video, his ex added me on Snapchat. She added me on Facebook, but I didn't accept the friend request because I already knew, he already told me to skull that she be doing weird stuff. So I'm like, no, I'm not finna accept it, because all it's gonna do is start stuff. You feel me? If I post something, then it's gonna start stuff. So then, she added me on Snapchat, because it wasn't hard to get my Snapchat. If you go to my Facebook, my Snapchat is in my bio on Facebook. So that's probably what she did, or she probably asked her, I don't know. But my Snapchat is in my Facebook bio. So she added me on Snapchat, and I was like, okay. Like, at first, I didn't know that she added me because her name, I wasn't really paying attention when people be adding me, I really don't be paying attention. I just be adding them back. So in her name on Snapchat, it looked like a nigga name. Like, it was like, I can't say her name, but like, it looked like a nigga name. Like, so I just added her back, you feel me? Like, randomly, like, I just don't be paying attention. But it had hearts next to the name, and no nigga finna have heart next to their name on Snapchat. But I wasn't paying attention at that time. I was just adding it. So she had texted me way before I posted that video that I just told y'all about. Way before I posted that video, she had added me on Snapchat, and she was like, you stupid poop. She was like, you stupid poop. That's why he ate my poop the other day, you goofy poop. I would cuss, but, and I'm like, what? I'm like, she was like, tell, damn, what did I tell Devontae I said what's up? So I'm like, okay, like, what? I'm like, what is going on? So before, like I said, this is before I posted that video. So I was wondering, how did she even know we were together? So I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, how do you even know we're in the same room? Like, what? Then later, I had asked my friends, like, how do y'all think she knew? And it was like, your location was probably on. I was like, oh, okay, but like, you know what I mean? Like, if you really had a problem, pull up, period. You knew where I was, my location stay on. You feel me? I'm either at work, school, or in the midst of doing something. You feel me? My location stay on. So why you didn't just pull up my location and ask me where I was? But yeah, so I didn't respond. I left her on scene, first of all, because she called me out my name 3 times. And I don't really play that, you feel me? So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna stay calm. I ain't even gonna say too much, period. Just so y'all know, this video gonna be long. So Yeah, so I just ignored it because she called me on my name multiple times. So I'm like, okay, I'm not even finna say too much. You feel me? Like, you disrespected me. So I'm not finna argue with you back on Snapchat because, you know, it's gonna irritate you more that I'm posting snaps to him and I'm with him right now than me responding back being as ignorant as you being. You feel me? That's not gonna hit the soul. That's gonna hit the soul than texting you back something random. You feel me? So I'm like, no, I'm not even finna respond. So then I had posted that video. I didn't, at first, that's not the reason I was posting that video. I was posting that video because of another reason. But since she wanted to get slick out the mouth and call me on my name, I was like, okay, now I'm going to post that video because of that. Now what? Now what? Okay? So I had posted that video. And then, yeah. So then her friend Spring had slid up on the video and was like, is that Devontae? And I left her on scene. And then this random number had called his phone. Well, I thought it was a random number, but it wasn't. It was his ex calling his phone. He was like, hello. He was trying to act stupid like he didn't know who it was. At that time, I didn't know. You feel me? Like, I didn't know that he didn't. I didn't know that he did knew who that number was. I thought he didn't know because that's how he answered the phone. So, you know, I didn't know. But he was like, hello, who's this or whatever. And then she was like, she said something to him and then hung up the phone. I don't know what she said to him exactly, but she said something to him and hung up the phone. Sorry, y'all. Miracle kept barking. But, yeah. So, she said something. I forgot what she said, honestly. I forgot what he said she said. But she said something and hung up the phone, like, super quick. So I'm like, okay, like, this is so weird. Like, what is she on? So her friend texted me this long paragraph. I don't remember what it says. I really don't. It basically was summing up, like, he's not anything. Like, he's not no good for you. Like, he was playing her for years, you know, and he be cheating on her, all this other stuff. He's not nothing. You deserve better than that. All this other stuff. And, you know, like, it's to a certain point where I'm not dumb. You feel me? I'm not just finna take his word just because we grew up together, because you don't put nothing past anybody. So I'm thinking, like, why are they doing all this? You feel me? Like, I'm like, and she texted me this whole paragraph, but at the same time, that is her friend. Like, me and her is cool, but, like, she rock with her harder than me. So I'm like, you know, she could just be saying this because that's her friend and she rock with her harder than me, you know. But at the same time, they are doing a lot. Like, okay, is this something that you're doing or is this something that they're doing? You feel me? Like, is this something that you're not supposed to be doing that you're doing, or what? And he like, nah, they just do this every time I talk to a new female. Woo-wah. I'm like, okay, Devontae, like, I'm not finna deal with this. So, get that happen. Y'all say hi to Miracle. Miracle, say hi to the tube. Stop. Say hi, YouTube. Say hi, YouTube. Say hi. Come on, thumbnail. Thumbnail. Come on, Miracle. Miracle. Okay, but anyways. Yeah. So he basically was lying. He was basically saying he wasn't doing nothing. They was just tripping. So I'm like, okay. In the back of my mind, I'm like, now I'm thinking like, okay, something gotta be up because it's something that he doing. Because why is they doing all this? So I'm like, okay, whatever. I left or whatever. I called my friend. I was like, we got a situation, sis. She's like, what's up? I'm like, bruh, like, shorty is bugging out. She's calling me out my name on Snapchat. She got her friends texting me, like, this is outrageous. Like, we're really gonna have to, and I'm not a fighting type of person, you feel me? I already said that in the video. I'm not a fighting type of person. I don't like to fight. I don't like conflict. I'd rather talk it out than fight it out. You feel me? Like, I'm getting too old to the point now that I'm not finna just be putting my hands on anybody. So she like, what happened, G? I was telling her, I'm like, G, like, she really bugging out. Like, she being mad, disrespectful. And I'm telling her the whole situation. She like, yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do that to her because she's definitely doing too much. And I'm like, definitely is, you feel me? But I'm really not trying to fight. Like, it's not worth it. You feel me? It's not worth it. And I'll be damned if I get into a fight over a nigga and say that oh, we fought over him. But it wasn't that we were fighting over him. I wasn't fighting over him. I was fighting that she was being very disrespectful. So, like, you can have him, sis. Like, I'm not finna argue with you over him, period. Like, you can give him back. Like, I'm not finna argue with you over him. So, yeah. So, but when she was like, oh yeah, he ate my punani the other day, I was like, that can't be right, because he was with me the other day. Like, he was just with me. Like, she was like, oh, that's why he ate my punani yesterday. And I was like, he couldn't have, because he was with me all day yesterday, and he was texting me back to back to back all yesterday, so he couldn't have. So that's why I thought she was lying, because I was like, what? Like, you're lying now. You're making up stuff. In the long run, she wasn't. So when she was like, oh, the other day, she was really like meaning like the other day, not yesterday. Like, she was, okay, so in the text she said yesterday, but she really meant the other day. Like, she didn't mean literally yesterday, she meant the other day. So in the long run, that was true. So I was like, spicy. So, okay, anyways, I'm gonna speed up the story time. Like two days later, me and my friend went to the car wash to clean out my car. And one of her other friends was that, it wasn't Spring, it was a different friend. Like, her best friend was at the car wash with her boyfriend, and I peeped them from the long run. I'm like, oh, you know, like, that's so-and-so or whatever. But I just wasn't keeping it in mind. Like, I'm like, she not finna, like, do nothing. Like, she not finna bug up. Like, I knew they was friends. I knew Bree, whatever I said his ex name is, Bree or Brianna. I knew they, like, the girl, her best friend name is Valentina. That's her best friend name. Valentina and Bree, I knew they was friends. I didn't know Spring and Bree was friends. I didn't know that. But I seen Valentina and her boyfriend at the car wash. I'm like, oh, okay, you feel me? Like, I ain't finna do nothing, you feel me? So I'm cleaning my car, minding my business. So I see her friend from a long run. I'm gonna act like this a phone. I see her friend doing like this. Like, with her phone, like, she leaning, her boyfriend cleaning the car, and her, like, she leaning on the wall like this, like she's recording me or taking a picture. And that annoyed me, because I'm like, why are you taking pictures of me? Like, if it's really a problem, come over here. Like, we're really across the pavement from each other. Like, her friend is across the pavement from me. Like, if you really have a problem, just come across the pavement and ask me. Like, ask me, do I talk to Devontae? Ask me, like, do I have a problem with Bree? Like, ask me. Like, what, we're too old. Like, all of them has graduated. Why are y'all being childish? Like, just come across here and ask me. That's all you have to do. So she, like, recording me like this. Like, I see her, like, either on FaceTime with somebody and got the camera flip, or she's recording me or taking a picture. I'm like, bruh, like, what are you doing? So I just finished cleaning my car. I just left, because I'm like, bruh, I'm not finna deal with this. So I call him, and I'm like, I just seen so-and-so. He know who I'm talking about, but I seen, like, her best friend at the car wash or whatever, Valentina. He like, that's not her real name, by the way. That's a fake name. But he like, yeah, I know. I'm gonna call you back. I'm like, what you mean? You know? How you know? So I'm either she called him, Bree called him and was like, oh, I seen your little so-and-so at the car wash, or, you feel me? Like, it had to be that. So I'm like, okay, why are you still keeping in contact with her if you don't mess with her like that? Peeping it. I'm catching all the tea. I'm starting to realize. So I'm like, yeah, like, why are you talking to her? How do you even know I was at the car wash? Okay, so now you still talking to her. So I'm like, okay, I'm peeping it, but I ain't say too much. So I'm like, okay, call me back. Wow. So the next day when I was in school, I get a text from him, and he like, no, he was like, he had broke his phone. I'm finna miss that whole part. He was like, stop, Miracle. He was like, he broke his phone. I was like, oh, okay, you feel me? Like, just hit my line when you can, just text me. And he was like, okay, like, I got you. Like, I just broke my phone. That's why I haven't been talking to you. Like, he hadn't talked to me in like 3 days. And I'm like, okay, what is you on? Like, why haven't you talked to me? He was like, I had broke my phone. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you feel me? But, like, you got other devices. You feel me? Like, you can make a way to talk to me. Even if you had broke your phone, like, you can make a way. So he, like, he had texted me. I'm going to just skip past all that part. But that was important. Like, he hadn't texted me in a while. And he was like, oh, I had broke my phone or whatever. I'm like, okay, like, cool, like, you know, hit my line when you can. So then he had texted me one morning, when I was at school, he had texted me. It was like second period. I remember it was like second period, and he was like, hey, like, what's up? He ain't talked to me in like 3 days, and he was like, what's up or whatever, and I was like, what's up? He was like, how you been? I was like, I'm good. You feel me? And he like, oh, like, I got something to tell you, and I'm like, what? And he like, that's for next story time, because this is already too long. So this will be another video of what he told me. And y'all, what he told me, y'all won't believe it. Y'all will not believe it. You won't believe it. But stay tuned for my next story time, because I will be telling the rest of the story. Just y'all keep in mind, like, don't put, like, this is my advice. Don't put nothing past nobody. Period. Don't put nothing past nobody. Anybody is capable to do you wrong, do you dirty, not care. And it's crazy because I sat there and I told him about what I went through previous, and he put me through the same thing. So, and this is within a couple of, like, this is with less than 2 weeks. You feel me? And what I went through before, that was like 3 years. So just keep in mind how people will do you. They do not care. Like, when I tell you they do not care, y'all. They do not. So never put nothing past nobody. I love y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe, and make sure y'all stay tuned for the part 2 of this video. Bye. Miracle, say bye.